Become an independent critical thinker in your own coaching practice. The most valuable tool in your coaching toolkit isn't a framework or a question, it's your own developed critical thinking ability. Think about the coaches you most admire. What sets them apart isn't just their technique or their knowledge, it's their ability to see situations clearly, to recognize patterns that others miss, to challenge conventional wisdom when necessary, and to create innovative approaches to client challenges. These master coaches aren't just applying formulas they learned in training. They've developed their own critical thinking muscles to the point where they can analyze situations deeply, evaluate approaches effectively, and synthesize new ideas from diverse sources. This independent critical thinking is what elevates good coaches to great ones. It's what allows you to create your unique coaching approach rather than just implementing someone else's methodology. And it's what keeps your practice fresh and evolving rather than stagnant. Today, I want to help you strengthen your critical thinking muscles and apply them specifically to your own growth as a coach. Independent critical thinking means applying higher order thinking skills to continuously improve your coaching practice. This involves several levels of thinking, as outlined in the Open University Guide. Analysis. Break down complex coaching situations into their component parts. Evaluation. Making reasoned judgments about approaches and techniques. Synthesis. Combine ideas from different sources to create something new. To develop as an independent critical thinker in your coaching practice, you need to question established coaching conventions. Just because everyone does it this way doesn't mean it's the best approach. Evaluate your own coaching assumptions. What beliefs do you hold about coaching that might need examination? Seek diverse perspectives. Explore coaching approaches from different traditions and cultures. Connect ideas across disciplines. How might concepts from psychology, business, sports, science and the arts inform your coaching? Reflect systematically on your practice. What patterns do you notice in your successes and challenges? Independent critical thinking isn't about being contrarian for its own sake. It's about developing the discernment to know which approaches serve your clients best and why, rather than just following prescribed methods. Let's look at how independent critical thinking shows up in the evolution of coaching practices. Example 1. Questioning established conventions. Traditional coaching wisdom often emphasizes goal setting as a starting point, but some innovative coaches have questioned this approach, noting that for clients in transition or those feeling overwhelmed, immediate goal setting can create more pressure than progress. These coaches developed alternative approaches that start with values clarification or energy management instead. Their critical thinking allowed them to recognize when the standard approach wasn't serving certain clients and to create alternative methods. Example 2, evaluating coaching assumptions. A coach notices that they've been assuming that powerful questions always need to be open-ended. Through critical reflection, they realize this assumption sometimes leads them to avoid direct questions that might be more helpful in specific situations. By evaluating this assumption, they develop a more nuanced approach to questioning that flexes between open exploration and focused inquiry based on the client's needs. Example 3, synthesizing across disciplines. A coach who also studies design thinking notices parallels between prototyping in design and experimentation in behavior change. They synthesize principles from both fields to create a unique action prototyping approach for clients who feel stuck. This cross-disciplinary synthesis creates a fresh methodology that wouldn't have emerged from staying exclusively within a coaching framework. Example 4, systematic reflection. A coach tracks patterns in their client sessions over 6 months and notices that their morning clients consistently report more insights and progress than afternoon clients. Instead of just accepting this pattern, they critically examine possible factors. Is their own energy different at different times of day? Are morning clients different demographically from afternoon clients? Does the structure of their sessions vary based on the time of day? This systematic reflection leads them to adjust their coaching schedule and approach to optimize client outcomes. Now it's your turn to develop as an independent critical thinker in your coaching practice. Here's what I want you to take away. Create your own critical reflection practice. Set aside regular time, weekly, monthly, specifically for critical reflection. Keep a coaching journal where you track patterns, questions, and insights. Develop your own frameworks for evaluating what's working and what isn't. Challenge yourself to explore diverse perspectives. Read coaching books from different traditions or cultural backgrounds. Attend workshops outside of your usual coaching speciality. Study disciplines adjacent to coaching like psychology, leadership, adult learning, education. And now your homework. Identify 3 assumptions you currently hold about effective coaching. For each one, write down, where did this assumption come from? What is the evidence that supports it? What might challenge it? How can you test whether it's true or not? Test its validity. Choose one aspect of your coaching practice, such as your discovery session process, your questioning approach, or how you handle accountability, and analyze it critically. What's working well and what's the evidence that shows this is true? What could be improved and why? What innovative approaches could you synthesize from different sources? Create a 3-month plan for developing your critical thinking as a coach, including specific reflection practices you'll implement, resources you'll explore outside your comfort zone, one coaching experiment you're going to try to test a new approach. Remember, becoming an independent critical thinker isn't a destination but a journey. The coaches who thrive long term are those who maintain a beginner's mind, continuously questioning and redefining their approach rather than becoming rigid in their methodology. If you've got any questions or thoughts about your critical voice in coaching context, then pop them in the comments section. I'd love to hear you getting on with these principles. Good luck, everyone.